Welcome to the final edition of the Nate Moore Show for the 2017 season. Our show has been brought to you each week by Reliable Heating and Cooling. I'm Darian Washington, and with me is Coach Moore. Coach, welcome to the show.
Hi, Darren.
Last Friday night, the Tigers lost to Winton Woods in the Division II state semifinals. The Tigers finished their season with a 10-4 record. Coach, early in the game, the Tigers jumped out to a 21-0 lead. Tell us more about the team's fast start.
We had some turnovers that we got and played well, executed some good plays. You know, Austin had a really long catch and run off of a slip screen and had a reverse pass go for a touchdown also to Austin Kutcher. So it was a good start. You know, we didn't finish well at all. So that was the story.
Winton Woods was able to close the gap to 21-14 at halftime. What were some of the things you shared with your team at halftime?
You know, it's not some big, you know, rah-rah speech. That's not what it's all about. We're just, as coaches, we just get to work on, you know, what were some things that they're doing that were hurting us and, you know, work on adjustments and getting things coached up. You know, that's what we're doing at halftime.
In the second half, Winton Woods produced some big plays and forced several turnovers. What would you say are some of the key moments in the second half?
Well, the key moments in the second half for us were, you know, the turnovers that we gave away, and you know, the ineffectiveness of some of our special teams units. Yeah, that was really what did us in.
How would you assess the talent of Winton Woods compared to anyone else your team has faced this season?
Yeah, it's hard to say. They're a good football team.
In a moment, we'll meet a Tiger player and hear more from Coach Moore. But first, this word from Reliable Heating and Cooling.
Everything that goes into a Lennox system is engineered for absolute comfort. Like the parts that create your perfect temperature and humidity, or the parts that purify the air. Together, all these parts save you up to half off your heating and cooling bills. And there are few things more comforting than that.
The future of home comfort is here now at Reliable Heating and Cooling. Get the latest innovation and technology at Reliable.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Thank you, Reliable Heating and Cooling. Joining Coach Moore and I is wide receiver and defensive back Austin Kutcher. Austin, you came into this season hoping you were going to step into the leading receiver role, replacing Austin Jasinski, and you certainly did. How did you prepare for that role in the offseason?
Well, we had a lot of morning throwings and all the weight room sessions, and just make sure you're at all those workouts and working hard at all of them. As
a senior two-way starter, how did you prepare to be a leader on this team?
Well, you always want to lead by example, and just kind of set the memo of how to work to all your younger players, and then vocally, that's just something that comes. I mean, you can't really work on that. It just comes naturally, kind of.
On a personal level, are there specific plays or moments that stand out in your mind, both good and bad, from this season?
I wouldn't say, well, yeah, some good moments was beating McKinley for sure, and winning the regional championship. Those were two of the really good moments this season that I'll always remember.
What will you remember the most about last week's game against Winton Woods?
I'll remember most about pregame. There was a lot of trash talk going on, and then it was just, I'll remember coming out and getting up 21-0, and the excitement in the crowd that you felt was, I mean, there was a lot of excitement in the crowd and at the game.
Do you hope to continue playing football at the next level, and if yes, where would that might be?
Yes, I do plan on playing at the next level, and not very sure where I'm going to play at, but I'd probably like to play Division I, whether I get a scholarship or if I don't, I'll probably walk on somewhere.
And finally, what message would you give to the upcoming seniors as they prepare for next season?
The advice I'd give the upcoming seniors is probably to hold all your teammates accountable at all the off-season workouts, and just set a good example for all the younger guys in the weight room and at any workouts.
Coach Moore, how would you summarize your feelings about Austin?
Austin's a great person. Really honored to be his coach and happy he was on our team. Yeah, I think the future's really bright for him.
Your Tigers saw their season come to an end last week, but it appears the future is bright. You'll be graduating a small senior class. Tell us what this group of seniors meant to the Tiger program.
They mean a lot. Set the tone for our team, grew a ton. We wouldn't have been able to do what we did without these guys.
This Tiger team featured many underclassmen who played a lot of varsity minutes. You also had a lot of extra practices in the team's postseason run. How does that benefit your team in the future?
I think it's pretty, self-explanatory how that benefits us. But I think the best thing about getting so close is the motivation that I hope that provides this next group to be so close to something and still not achieve your goal. I hope they think about that every day.
What are some of the off-season programs that you and your coaches do with your players in preparation for the next season, and when do those programs start?
Well, the first thing that's going to start is the off-season training. We're mandated 28 days off by the state of Ohio. We'll take those 28 days, plus a couple, just because of the timing of everything when our season ends and with the holidays. So we'll start back up. That first week that we're back in January, and we'll be right back to the grind.
And finally, what does the 2018 varsity football schedule look like as of right now?
Off the top of my head. Well, first, we are home against St. Vincent St. Mary. Let me see if I can do this. Then we'll be away week 2, Glen Oak, because they came to us this year. Then we'll be home with Warren Harding. Then we will be at Ursuline, because they were here this year, correct? Is that right?
Yes, they were here.
And we'll be at Ursuline. And then Firestone moves into the number 5 slot. That'll be home. Austintown Fitch will be home this year. 7 and 8 are still open. And then we are at Louisville, 9. And then we are home for our rivalry game. How about that?
That was a pretty good job, Coach.
Right.
We want to thank Coach Moore and Austin Kutcher for joining us on the show today. The Nate Moore Show has been brought to you each week by Reliable Heating and Cooling. I'm your host, Darren Washington. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Tigers.
I joined Cosmetology because I've always loved coloring hair and different colors and makeup.
I joined media because I've always had a passion for all things related to media.
I've always had a passion for teaching other people, especially topics that I'm interested in.
I want to pursue a career as an orthopedic surgeon. And so when I saw that we had this class, I immediately circled it on my schedule and was excited to join.
This class has made me better because it made me very responsible. I like the relationships that I've developed in this class. The girls that are in here with me, I've really grown close with all of them.
I joined this class because I enjoy helping others and I want to make a difference.
Even like just making something and having people go, wow, that's really interesting. It means the world.
It was just a really good environment to be in. It was real hands-on, and it was just something I really wanted to do.
I joined the construction trades to gain experience in the job I want in the future.
Everything that this class has taught me will account for my career in the future.
Before I came to this class, I was unemployed and Ms. Markley helped me get a job.
I'm going to use what I learned in manufacturing in order to better decide my career.
They gave me more knowledge on cars and gave me plans to go in the auto industry.
Massillon CTE works for me.
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 Works for me.
For me.
For me.
For me.
Massillon CTE works for me.
Massillon City Schools is proud to have one of the top career technical education programs in the state of Ohio, recently receiving a #1 ranking of the 93 districts in the area of achievement. Our Career Technical Education Department offers 14 pathways preparing students for college and careers. All students have the opportunity to participate and compete in their career technical student organization, as well as obtain valuable experience in the field while earning aligned industry credentials and/or college credit in high school. Visit massillonschools.org for more information.